we go. There we go. We are
We're
here. The people
Okay.
are here. The stream is fixed. Geez, we apologize for the delay, everybody. We were having a little bit of technical difficulties. We're still having a little bit of technical difficulties. The colors are a little off. Everything's a little off. But we're here. We are live. JD, happy Monday, bro. Welcome to Across the Board, sponsored by MoneyBall Metrics. You have your normal Monday team. You have myself, Alpha Dog Bets, here with JD from Line Movers. JD, how are you this morning, bro?
Doing really good, man. Yeah, as far as stream, we don't know what it's something with StreamYard, I think, is messed up. Because all
Our
of our stuff
back-end
in the back
system.
end just like as soon as we went live, everything just changed. So I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, everything's now blue. The colors are off. So just
Yeah.
deal with us for a little bit.
Yeah, man. No glasses, man. Benjamin, what's going on, buddy? Yeah, man, good. It's Monday morning. I did start my diet actually last week, and on the first week, I actually lost 9 pounds.
Attaboy. You look good.
There's always a good thing to talk about. And then this morning, as far as like tennis goes, man, tennis is hot, like super hot. We had a nice Waking Cash pick, and actually that one won. Nice sweat-free winner. So yeah, man, good.
Love that. Love to hear that you're hot. Last night, the Yankees really killed a really good day. They really should have won that game. But we did get a little lucky on that over in the NBA game. That should not have gone over. Going to be honest here. But it did. We got it on the very last shot that they put up. They dribbled out the game at the end, but the over 228 cashed when the final score was 230 total points. So I was definitely very happy about that. JD, I kind of jumped the gun a little bit. I did the thing I yell at you for all the time. But let's dive into our weekend recap. I kind of just went over mine a little bit early. So, JD, we're going to go back over to you. How'd you do?
Yeah, man, like it was overall good. We were up actually like a little bit. It wasn't like a huge actually like weekend or anything. As far as the French Open final yesterday, man, that was one of the best tennis matches I think I've ever seen. Yeah, 5.5 hours long. Just nuts, and we happened to be on the right side of it.
We love that,
and so yeah, that was good. And then actually last night, like you were talking about the game, I played that one a little bit differently than you. I had the Thunder team total over, so that was a little bit. That was not quite as far as the sweat there was not quite as much. But yeah, man, that was the game that we like expected though. I mean, the Thunder off that one loss, the Thunder just come back in and blow them out. I mean, so the Thunder, they actually are like still the team that we think they are. So
right, absolutely, the Thunder is still the team that everyone should expect to be the better team in this series. Doesn't mean they're going to go back to Indiana now and play that way. We all know the Pacers have been an unbelievable team this postseason. They feel like the team of destiny. They did their job. They may have lost game 2, but what was the job of the Pacers before going to OKC and winning game 1? Your job was win one of the first 2 games, steal home court advantage, and get back to Indiana tied at 1-1. And they did that. So the Pacers did do their job. They didn't exactly play a great game last night. And JD, before we move on to today's slate, we have to talk about Tyrese Halliburton. This Pacers team has no chance if he's going to average 15 points a game. I know he had the big shot in the last game, but outside that big shot, he really didn't do much. Last night's game, he was a pretty big non-factor. He needs to be a much bigger impact and have a bigger impact on the game for the Pacers to have a realistic chance to win this series. JD, what did you think about Halliburton? And what do you think that the Pacers need to do to take a commanding 2-1 lead, or even to make this 2-2 going back to OKC?
I mean, yeah, as far as him, I mean, like we actually talk about it, about how like they play such good team ball. But within that team ball, he still has to have a good game though.
100%.
Because the Thunder are just so good. So to keep up, he has to have that. And to be honest, if I was a Pacers fan, I wouldn't necessarily feel great because the Pacers, they've actually been a good road team. There's where the Pacers have actually been getting their wins at. At actually home, you would think they would score more points.
Can anyone not hear me?
You sound good.
You hear me? Okay.
Yeah.
Let me know in the chat if my mic sounds bad.
Telling you, StreamYard today is like
there's been technical difficulties, so
like,
please let us know.
Yeah.
Very possible things are not working, so I apologize.
But yeah, like with them scoring less points at actually home, it's just kind of a weird thing. So anyway, them going home, I'm just going to go ahead and tell you during these home games, I'm going to be backing actually like OKC in actually some like sort of way. I'm not sure how yet, but I'm definitely going to be backing them in some type. So
It's hard to not back OKC right now, right? I mean, just as a complete team, they're unbelievable. Their guard plays fantastic. Their big plays fantastic. And they're one of, if not the youngest team in the NBA. This team ain't going anywhere. So buckle up if OKC fans, you're about to get into the greatest 5-year stretch, I'm assuming, in the history of being an OKC fan. The amount of picks that OKC still has, the talent this team has, they are still going to only get better, and their really good young players are only going to progress as well. So I am looking forward to see what happens with OKC. But when it comes to this series, I do not have much faith in the Pacers. Yet again, didn't have much faith in them in game one. They got it done. Didn't think they'd beat the Knicks. They got it done. Didn't think they'd beat the Cavs. They got it done. So who knows with this Pacers team? But one thing that's been very obvious to me as well, JD, is their free throw shooting has gone down dramatically from what it was in the Knicks series. It seems like every time Siakam gets to the line, which is pretty frequently, he's going 1 for 2. Seems like the bulk of the players, when they get to the line, they're going 1 for 2. And when they were playing the Knicks, they were hitting all their free throws. So if they want to beat a team like OKC, that's another thing I think that we need to see out of this Pacers team. They got to start hitting their free throws. It's the number one thing
definitely.
you need to do in the postseason. So that's another thing I wanted to add. They do need to make some more free throws. And thank you, pardon my Jay. If he's playing the Knicks, he's shooting 98% from the free throw line. I'll tell you that for free. But if he's playing OKC, he's shooting 50% from the line. So it's definitely been a story to me, has been the lack of free throw shooting, especially from Pascal Siakam, because he gets to the line a ton.
yeah, and just one other thing regarding this game or last night's game. Shout out to KO Locks, man, Spencer. He's a very low volume guy. I mean, extremely low volume. And last night, he fucking let his nuts hang, man. He was OKC, a first half, full game, all kinds of props.
Let's go, Spence.
He fucking hit them all, man. It was nuts. So whenever you see somebody like that, that's super low volume, go that heavy in so many different ways on a game, that's something that you definitely ride with. So
Hell yeah. Way to go, KO Locks. I almost said your name out loud. I'll try not to do that because I know you personally, but congratulations. Keep winning bets for the Discord. All right, JD, I think it's about time we get to the daily MLB slate, which we're going to be honest with you guys. It's a bit of a stinker. Everyone knows what the slate is today. It's a Monday rainy slate where a lot of the country has a lot of rain, a lot of weather impacting a lot of games today. So if you guys have any questions, drop them in the chat. We're happy to cover any game you guys want. But JD, let's start with my favorite game of the day with a play that I absolutely love. Man, this looks so weird. This looks so weird with the blue. I'm sorry, it's throwing me off. We're a green company. We're a green brand, and the blue is
and
pissing
it's
me
like,
off.
and I can see it on the back in the settings. It is set as like our green.
Whatever. Yeah, whatever. We keep it moving. Over to the Cubbies taking on the Phillies. Pitching for the Cubbies, Matthew Boyd. Who the hell would have thought this guy, Matthew Boyd, would have a year like he's having so far? This guy has turned back the clock. He's looking like an ace for this Cubs team at 34 years old. He's having the best season of his career. Matthew Boyd in his last start against the Nationals went 7 1/3 innings. He threw a perfect game through 6 innings. He ended up losing that game. They lost 2-0, but he pitched a fantastic game. On the other side, returning from paternity list, new father, Zach Wheeler, returns to the Phillies back in the bump. 6-2 on the year with a 2.96 ERA. Guys, this to me is the best pitching matchup of the game. This to me is the game that I want to dive into the most. Before I go over my play on this game, JD, what do you like about this one?
Phillies are just slumping, man. Phillies are slumping bad. Gosh, what are they? 1-9 in their last 10.
Pardon my J. Jeez, with your comments. I'm not putting it on the screen, but Jesus, brother. Let's keep it. It's 12:15 Monday afternoon. Let's keep it in our pants, all right, brother?
Ooh. It's hard to recover after reading that one.
I know. Didn't expect to see that.
Yeah. But yeah, man, the Phillies are just hard to back right now. They're one of those teams. They're in one of these cold slumps, and we talk about it all of the time. I just can't back them now. Like as far as the Phillies, they're either a fade or either pass. This is a game that I have not personally bet yet, but I am still strongly looking towards the Cubs side. I mean, the number kind of tells you everything also. I mean, as far as you have actually as far as actually Zach Wheeler on the mound, versus the Cubs, and he's only a minus 125 to minus 135 here.
Yep.
I mean, actually, like Boyd's good. I mean, like Boyd's been pitching very well. So like it's nothing really against him, but still, like Wheeler, he's one of those guys that you just expect to see a big price tag there.
He's usually a minus 160 minimum when he's on the bump for this
Right.
Phillies team, especially at home. Especially at home.
Yeah. So which I mean, like the Phillies are a really good home team. On the season they're actually 19-12 there. But like we talked about, I think last week, the Cubs are a really good road team.
Yep.
On the road, they are 20-14.
Yep.
Like I said, like actually, I don't like have anything, or I haven't actually bet anything here. For me, it's one of those. It's just you have to. For me, it's bet the Cubs, or either just actually like do a nice pass here.
I respect that. I'm on the under, guys. It's definitely my best bet of the day. It's definitely one of my favorite plays of the day. The Phillies just got fucking swept by the Pirates, and they scored a total of 2 runs in their last 2 games. They scored a total of 6 runs over the 3-game series, so they've averaged only 2 runs a game. And this Phillies offense is completely dead right now. They are losers of 5 consecutive games. They won 1 game in between that, and then they lost, I believe, 3 games before that to the Brewers as well. So this Phillies team's offense has just not been there. As a team, they're batting .250 right now. They've scored only 300 runs, while the Cubs are batting a full 10 points higher and have scored 70 more runs on the year than the Phillies. But, like I said earlier, Zach Wheeler returning to the mound, new father, a little motivation, getting back out there, fully rested. The guy has a sub-1 whip. He's got a 0.92 whip, and I think he's going to have a big performance against this Cubbies lineup. On the other side, like I said, Matthew Boyd has turned back the clock. This guy has looked like an absolute superstar this year, and he has not been like that his entire career. At 34 years old, seems like he's finally figured it out, and it's good to see. He's a journeyman. He's been on a bunch of different teams. Last game, like I said, he threw a perfect game through 6 innings. He only gave up 2. The TV's back, so Footy, you got your request. But back over to this game, guys, I do think the under is by far the best play on this game. You can get the under at under 7.5, and it's juiced on the over. So you can get that under at a minus 102. Definitely my favorite play on the baseball slate today. JD, what do you think about the under?
I mean, that's the only way I could possibly lean here. I mean, like I said, the Phillies bats are just cold.
Deadsville.
Yeah, and then as far as actually like Wheeler goes, he like should be able to hold this Cubs lineup down. So
I agree. So let's see a low-scoring game. Let's see this one end 2-1, something of that sort. We could use a no-sweat winner here. All right, JD, let's keep it moving. Next game we're breaking out today is going to be the Rays taking on the Red Sox. Pitching for the Rays is our guy, Shane Baz. We only call him our guy because he gives up a lot of runs. Shane Baz is 5-3 on the year with a 5 ERA. He also has a 1.36 whip. For Boston, they have Brian Bayo on the bump. He's 2-1 on the year with a 3.91 ERA. Boston is coming in off an impressive win last night against the New York Yankees. They actually won the last 2 out of 3 against the Yankees, scoring 10 runs 2 days ago and 11 runs last night. The Red Sox offense is starting to get it going, and they have been looking very strong. All that being said, JD, the Red Sox are a slight favorite. My opinion, the Red Sox are home. They have a slight pitching advantage, and their bats are hot. So I think everyone can probably understand where I'm going to eventually go on this game. But what do you like in this one, JD?
Yeah, like you said, our guy Shane Baz. He's somebody I'm normally trying to fade. Just fade in some type of way. But I will say he has been pitching better though.
He has.
He really has. And against this Red Sox lineup, he actually pitches very well. As a matter of fact, earlier in the season, I believe he had a game where he struck them out. I believe it was 11 times. That was his best game of the season. As far as the Red Sox numbers against him are not very good. Baz, it really actually like as far as the actual long ball, that's what normally hurts him. Today, the hitting weather, Boston's not good. It's nice and cool, and actually, like the wind is going to be blowing in here. So I think that kind of that is going to help him. And actually, the fact that as far as this lineup, he like knows that he can pitch well against them, I think is also going to help him. I feel like he's one of those guys that, he's a big like in his head guy.
Oh, yeah.
And then on the other side, as far as Bayo goes, he's another guy I'm always trying to fade. my man has an ERA of 3.91, and I don't understand how it's only a 3.91. Should be a lot higher than that. He has a whip of basically 1.6,
Yeah, it's bad.
which is not good. And the Rays, they've been winning a lot of games. I believe they're 7-3 their last 10. But they've been winning low scoring games, and they've really been winning by like one run. And the thing though here is the Rays bats. They against Bayo, they have hit him. They have hit him well. And the sample size is actually pretty good there. Also, next point, as far as the bullpen, in this game specifically right here, Rays have a big bullpen edge. This past weekend, just like you're talking about Alpha, the Red Sox went all out to win those games. And as far as their bullpen, they went through it. Went through it. And one of those games was last night, was the Sunday night baseball game. So, that's another angle of mine, not just blindly do it every time, but if you find the right spot to fade those teams coming off of the Sunday night baseball game, I try to do it. And to me, this all sets up for with everything I just said. I really like the Rays here. I just think they have an edge pretty much everywhere, especially late in the game. So,
JD, I feel the exact same way you do. I hyped this one up, making everyone think it's probably a Red Sox play for me. It's absolutely not. It is definitely going to be a Rays play for me. Jonathan Aranda has really surprised me this year. He has been one of the best at his position all year long. At first base, he's arguably been the best first baseman in the AL this season. I know his homer numbers aren't, massive, but going through Aranda's numbers, he has 7 dingers on the year, 34 ribbies, and he's batting 360 and playing a superb defense on the other end. So shout out Aranda. He's done a great job and honestly would probably be my pick for the best first baseman in the AL so far this season. I do think the Rays have a good chance here, and Brayan Bello is going to have his numbers come back and haunt him. JD, in 4 of his last 5 starts, Bello has picked up the loss, or his team has lost. They lost the Angels, the Brewers, the Braves, and Detroit. The only win Bello has when they started was against the Baltimore Orioles back on May 23rd. In that game, he only was able to go 4 innings, give up 6 hits, 2 earned runs, and had a walk. Wasn't able to give them length. Shane Baz has been pitching significantly better, as you said, and another big factor here to me is going to be the bullpen. Exactly what you said. They just had a very taxing series against the New York Yankees. They are coming off the Sunday night baseball game. They were in New York. They had to go back to Boston, and now they're taking on this Rays team that's coming in hot. Rays are winners of 4 of the last 5. The only game they lost was that extra inning game against Miami. So I do anticipate a big performance from Baz, a big performance from the Rays. David, I do see here you like the over 8.5. It's a little scary because it's been bet down. The weather has a big factor. This one opened at 9.5, and it's gone all the way down to 8.5, and it's still juiced on the under. So it went down a full run and is still juiced on the under. I think the weather is going to be a massive factor in this game. So I would be a little weary taking any total in this one.
And honestly, that total being bet down makes me love the Rays even more. Because that's also the book saying that Baz is gonna have a good start.
Absolutely.
Also, the Red Sox bats, they either put up, like you were saying, 10 runs, or they barely put anything up. So with them, sometimes it's kind of hard to really tell. But yeah, as far as the total, for me, at actually this point would definitely be a stay away.
Yeah, same as me. I'm not comfortable taking either side. It could go either way. The bats have been hot, but for me, if I were to take anything, it would be the under, and I am going to be on the Rays for a money line play for 1 unit as well. JD, let's keep it moving over to your team, which we got to talk about your team. I hate them.
Yeah.
I fucking hate them. Every time I take them, they seem to let us down, but tonight they have your guy, Chris Sale, on the bump, who's 3-4 on the year with a sub-3 ERA. He's 3-4 on the year with a sub-3 ERA. What does that tell you? This Braves team is not hitting for Chris Sale for shit. This Braves team is also not doing anything on the road this year. They're 10-23 on the road. This Braves team is sitting at 27-37, 10 games under 500. And the teams they have to chase to make the wild card spot in the playoffs are the Phillies, because the Mets are running away from that division, and the Padres, who are both about 10 games better than them right now. On the other side for the Brewers, we have Aaron Savali. He's 1-1 on the year with a 5.19 ERA. He's only pitched in 17 innings. He's had a couple good starts, and then that really bad start against the Yankees in the opening day of the year. JD, I'm going to kick it over to you. What's going on with your Braves team? Do they have a chance to make the playoffs? And is there any way you can bet on them right now? Because if you could figure out a way to bet on this Braves team, please let me know, because they are losers of 7 consecutive games.
Yeah. I mean, they're just they're in one of those situations or one of those spots now where they're just like finding ways to lose games.
Yeah.
I mean, that the other day versus the Diamondbacks, they had a 7-run lead in the 9th inning and blew the game. Like that's just insane. There seems to be a lot wrong. It seems like nothing can get going at the same time. Whenever the pitching is actually good, well, then the bats aren't doing shit.
Yep.
And then when the bats are doing something, the pitching is horrible.
Yep.
So, like, it's very hard to get a read on them currently. Just like you said, Chris Sale, he's pitched 13 games, and in those 13 games, the Braves are 6-7. When I sent these games over, actually, like last night, this line was a lot higher. The Braves were actually like minus 195.
Yep.
And I come on here to say, like, that price is ridiculous. Like, I don't even care if it's Sale. Like, you can get me laying 190 with the Braves.
It's been crazy. Our line that we have right now is so off as well. It is dropping and dropping. What line do you currently have in this game? Because I got a minus 140 on the Braves now.
Oh, yeah, it's down in the minus 140s. Wow,
it's dropping and dropping and dropping right now. I know it's like, scary, but
it makes a lot of sense.
But if it keeps dropping in the minus 120s or minus 130s, would you take the Braves at that price?
Oh, well, yeah. Like, I would definitely take them first 5. I mean, because you're getting into
the first 5.
I was about to say, what is the run line on the first 5 currently?
The run line is a minus 135 at a 0.5, but the Braves on the money line in the first 5 is still a minus 200. So that tells you everything you need to know what the books think about this game. Sale's going to come out, pitch a low-scoring game. Savali may give up a couple runs, but late in the game, the books expect the Braves to do what the Braves fucking do and implode and blow it. So, JD, all that information, what does that make you like in this game? And, J-Bo, you may be onto something here, but the one thing that scares me is Savali going up against the front 3 of the Braves. That could be right off the boot.
I just see a solo homer. Right there in the first.
I don't know why this made me laugh so much, David, but it did. Very funny comment.
Chipper Jones is my favorite baseball player ever, so watch out. But anyway, man, like I said, as far as the Brewers side, that's what I was gonna like. That's why I put the game up here, like to do that. But the Brewers, like I said, I think the value's gone now. I mean, you've missed the number by so much.
Oh, the wave is so gone on the Brewers right now. I don't think you can bet. You can't back Savali against Sale, no matter how bad the Braves have been, at the price of plus 1. It keeps going down. In the last 30 seconds since I look, it's gone down again. This is insane.
But actually, here was the other reason why I was bringing this game up, and I just want to ask you. I've been seeing a lot of stuff online about the Braves at the deadline here trying to sell. What do you think about that? Do you think the Braves would actually try to sell at the deadline?
It depends. It depends. Where are we in the standings? And who are we selling? So being a seller can mean a lot of different things. Do I think they're selling Ronald Acuna? No. Do I think they're going to be getting rid of an Austin Riley? No. Do I think they're going to get rid of a Matt Olson? No. But if they're sitting fucking 15 games back at the deadline, you have to pull up the roster. What relievers are on 1-year deals? What players are on expiring contracts? Jurickson Profar, can we somehow get out of that contract? Because what a disaster that is. And that's really where they would be. What do you think? Where do you think the Braves need to be at the deadline to not be sellers?
I think no. Like, I just don't think they are. That's just not.
That's a Braves fan talk, though. That's a Braves fan talk. As a non-fan, do you think?
No, I'm saying like no. In this Braves team, with actually what they put the pieces together that they have, I don't see them selling. I mean, there's a lot of baseball left. Like, yes, they are not doing well so far, but there is a lot of baseball left.
I'm bringing up the contract. As long as they can get on.
Hold on. As long as they can get on some sort of win streak here, because they had gotten back on one. They were actually back at 500. Then all of a sudden, all of this,
They did what they did early in the year. They fucking imploded again. Hold on, I'm tweeting out something here. I brought up the Braves roster. Let me tweet this out real quick. So talk for a second, Will.
I mean, as far as the pitching like bugs the shit out of me because on paper, like the bullshit, the bullshit bullpen. that's not what I was trying to say, but the bullpen really shouldn't be this bad, and they have been. So that's why, just as far as overall numbers and how players have like performed in the past and everything, they are a clearly better team than what they are now. I mean, just as far as the lineup, as far as everything.
You do sound like footy, by the way. You do sound like footy right now. At least with years, though, history is on your side, and you're not the Pirates. Let's go over
look
JD.
At this lineup. Look at the lineup, though. This team is so much better than what they're playing.
A paper lineup means nothing, brother, and you know that. Well, I mean, we've seen the Yankees over the last couple of years. 2 years ago didn't even make the playoffs. One of the best rosters in baseball. Yeah. It happened. So here I have the roster up right now, guys, and who's on expiring contracts. And I can see a lot of these people leaving at the deadline. If you guys are still 25 games back, or not still, if you're 15 to 25 games back at the deadline, here are the players you're going to move. Jose Azocar, expiring contract. He only makes $700,000. The team would definitely take him. Grant Holmes, the starting pitcher. I know he's not great. Low contract, expiring deal. AJ Smith-Shawver, expiring contract, very low deal. But he's young, so I think they'd keep him. Now let's go into the real guys I think they would move. Marcell Ozuna, his contract expires at the end of this season. A team on the fringe of the playoffs would take in a bat like Marcell Ozuna. He's been having a pretty good year. Another player who would probably be traded, Raisel Iglesias, the closer, the reliever. He's also on an expiring deal. He's gone after the season either way. And finally, they have Alex Verdugo. If anybody wants him, I know nobody would take him, but if he does perform, he's another bat that somebody could acquire at the deadline. Then you have the reliever, De Los Santos, expires at the end of the deadline. Bryce Elder expires at the end of the year. Sorry, not the end of the deadline. I keep saying at the end of the year. Eli White is a guy whose contract expires at the end of the year. He's a 30-year-old outfielder who they could probably get a little bit back for. And those are the bulk of the good players that are on expiring contracts for this year. Then you have guys who have 2 years left, like a Chris Sale, who maybe you can get rid of him as well. So who do you think out of that list potentially would be moved?
Shit, man. I mean, it would have. I mean, as far as what they could get the most for, I mean, it would probably be those actually like bullpen arms, man.
I think it'd probably be Ozuna. Don't you think Ozuna would be someone?
Well, as far as Ozuna, yeah. I mean,
David, I think this is a great point as well. I think the Mets are going to be huge buyers at the deadline. Maybe they can find someone to play right field for them. They haven't found anyone. They've spent a lot of money trying to find someone who could play right field for them. Maybe they'll find somebody.
Right. But yeah, Ozuna, I mean, like he's like still a great bat, man. Mm-hmm. As long as people don't actually mind all of his like off the field shit.
I'm Ozuna from the Braves. That tells you what you need to know. That is his famous arrest speech, and it sounded like right. I hope nobody heard that.
So I mean, yeah, but I mean, yeah, as far as just a bat goes, I mean, yeah, like it would be him, like actually, like by like far. So
yeah, and then you have probably the De Los Santos and Raisel Iglesias. I would be the two big guys. But those when we say the Braves are probably going to be selling at the deadline if they don't get back in the playoff push, those are the names they're probably going to be targeting. It's not going to be the guys like the Olsons, the Rileys, the Acunas. It's just not going to be that. But the names we went over, the Ozunas, maybe a Chris Sale could be a big pitcher gone, and then the relievers, all the guys on expiring deals. Because why would you keep these guys on expiring deals if you're that far back? So I could see them doing something like that. Shut up, David. Shut up, David. Shut up, David. All right, back to this game, JD. What are we playing in it?
Like I said, this line just keeps going down. Something that I didn't expect to see. I mean, gosh, if this dips into like the 130s for the full game, I mean, like I'm like gonna have to bet it just out of just a principle. I mean, I'm like just gonna have to. So
Yeah, no, I'm in the same boat you are. If this gets down to the minus 130s, I would take the Braves as well. Right now, it's a no play for me. David, I appreciate you understanding I'm joking whenever I should tell you to shut up, but I'm just playing with you. But yeah, for right now, it's a no play for me. We do have to see this line drop a little bit more. But Savali's a guy I like to fade. Savali is an absolute gas can, in my opinion. He's only 29 years old. He's pitched well at home this year with a 1.8 ERA. He's won every start he started since the Yankee game, which was where the torpedo bat rumors came out, where everyone was like, the Yankees are cheating, the Yankees are cheating, the Yankees are cheating. Haven't heard any of that in a while, by the way. But the three teams that he did beat in starts are the Pittsburgh Footies, the Pirates. He beat 8-5. They beat the Red Sox in 10 innings, so he pitched okay, but he only gave 1 run, but that was an extra inning ball game. And he beat the Reds, and the Reds were really struggling during that stretch. So I do think you can get some value fading him, and if we can get a little bit better price on the Braves, I will be taking them. So I'm going to wait. Right now, I have it at a minus 145. I got to see it hit probably around minus 135. Then I would definitely jump in on the Braves. All right, JD, we got one game left we're breaking down today. And as we said, guys, if you have any other questions, please drop them in the comments. One thing, by the way, we were a football show all year. You guys were here for our football. Jair Alexander getting released is absolutely wild. I just got another alert about that, and I forgot to bring that up in the intro.
Really?
Did not think we would see Jair Alexander get released from the Packers this offseason, but we have. He's a free agent, another big name now out there for teams to go out and acquire. So I did want to make sure I did get in there. Footy, if you want to actually educate people, it would be you would lose $130. It would be $130 you would lose if you beat the Braves. So JD is very appreciative of that one. So there we go. And let's move on before JD says some not nice things to Footy. Next game we're breaking down today is going to be the LA Dodgers taking on the San Diego Padres. Pitching for the Dodgers, we have Dustin May. Dustin May is coming in 3-4 on the year with a 4.09 ERA. On the other side, we have Nick Pivetta coming in 6-2 with a 3.16 ERA. And even better than his ERA is Pivetta's whip. He's done a very good job with his control this year. He has a 1.02 whip in 68 innings of work. He's allowed 51 hits, 19 walks, and 7 homers. Yet again, guys, if you're new to the show, or if you need a refresher, what whip means is walks and hits per innings pitched. So if he has a 1.02 whip, it means every inning only one base runner on average is getting on base. That's where you want to be, right around that 1.0 mark. That's a very, very good whip. JD, Dodgers, amazing baseball team, right? Not on the road. Not on the road. They are 16-16 on the road. They're a 500 ball club, taking on a Padres team that is 20-10 at home, much better at home. What do you like in this spot?
Man, this is just overall an interesting game, just as from the side. Because you have Dustin May. We've talked to him a lot on him. He has some nasty stuff, man. Like, he can strike people out. Thing is, this Padres team does not strike out much. But on the other side of that, Padres bats are pretty cold currently. Dodgers, as far as the bullpens here in this game, they're actually pretty even. The Padres do have the better bullpen, but actually, like, as far as the usage and who they have available today, the bullpens are actually about even. The Dodgers have a clear lineup edge, though. I mean, very clear and a very big edge here. So them being the slight favorite, I definitely think that that's right. David just put up there all these numbers. I mean, I actually like to call him Big Dick Nick. He's been great.
He's a big game pitcher. Big game pitcher.
He is, but he's a guy that I like to use against kind of not even average, but maybe a little bit above average teams to then obviously lower than that. I like to use to target him versus those, because when he does face top actually as far as lineups, when he faces top tier lineups, he can get hit. And the thing is, the Dodgers bats yesterday finally woke up.
Yep.
So I think tonight we're going to see some runs off of them. This total was really low. And because of that, you were able to get a Dodgers team total over at 3.5. There actually was juice there. But to get a Dodgers team total and then being on the road, so they're going to get the full 9 to be able to get 4 runs. I don't care who they're facing. I'm going to take that bet almost every single time. So actually, like, that is what I'm doing here. As far as Dustin May, I still don't trust him. He can come out there. Well, that's the thing though. But he can also have a great game. He can come out there and pitch great.
Let me also tell everybody, if you're on ESPN right now, please click Dustin May's photos. The things they did to this poor man by putting this photo up. I could put it on the screen. I'm not even going to do it to him. JD, they didn't even give him eyebrows. What they did to him in this photo is so vile.
Gosh.
But the point of me clicking into his page is to see what his ERA is on the road. And his road ERA is a 5.5. It balloons even higher than what it is at home. It's very difficult to take Dustin May. He's a guy who you really can't rely on, and he's proven it time and time again. He's got a 3-4 record on the year, but he's 1-3 on the road with his road record. And then you take a look at his most recent performances. He lost to the Mets. He had a couple nice wins where they beat Cleveland and Arizona, but then he got hit hard by the Angels and then Arizona again before that. So I understand why you're taking a team total 100% because you don't want to have to face anything like that. For me, though, JD, I am going to take the Padres. The much better home team, much better in this situation. The Dodgers are traveling, and the Padres are traveling home as well. But the Dodgers had a big 7-3 win over the Cardinals yesterday. It was actually one of my free plays of the day, so I was very happy to see that. But this Padres team also does very well against the Dodgers. Last year they won the season series. I think they'll have a big performance at home tonight. They've all seen this Dodgers bullpen. This is a team that's these are two teams that are very familiar with each other. They know each other up and down the roster. This is the West Coast. They want to be like the Yankees-Red Sox rivalry, which I guess really isn't that big of a rivalry anymore, but this is their version on the West Coast, I guess. Dodgers-Padres. I do think the Padres will get it done, like I said, especially at the price when you can get the Padres currently at a plus 105. When you take a look at their home record, I brought it up earlier. They are 20-10. They are very good at home. And the Dodgers are 16-16 on the road. They just haven't been a great road team. If this game was in August, if this game was in September, I may be thinking differently about it. But as a early June game, this is going to be a Padres spot for me. I'm all over the Padres on the money line here, guys, at a plus 105. And shout out our guy, Bill Norman. We appreciate you hopping in as always. Probably a rough night for you last night, but don't worry. You got it to 1-1. The series is going back to Indiana for you, so you'll still have a good chance of getting that series win. Any hockey plays? That's a question for my guy, JD. If you guys ever see a hockey play come from the Alpha Dog Bets account, you know I've been hacked.
Nothing yet. That there's a game that I'm still needing to spend a little time with. As far as the total, you're not going to hear this much from me, but if the total's still at 6.5, I'm actually leaning under there. So there's an early lean, but I have not locked in anything yet.
I respect it. Any other baseball plays from the chat? We're about to go into our best bets. I know it's a bit of a slow day today. We still have 755 people rocking with us. We appreciate every single one of you who is here. But if we don't have any other questions, JD, I think it's about that time we get into our best bets for today, Monday, June 9th. How many best bets do you have for the people today, JD?
Today's a pretty small slate. So I am going to just go ahead and give out my favorite play of the day, and that is the Rays. Give me the Rays on the money line. You can still get a minus 105, which I think is a great price here. We've already went down about all of the reasons why, and there was a bunch of reasons why. So yeah, there's mine.
Footy, what are you asking us, bro? Excuse me, you're right here. The only question you ask is how will the Dodgers, Padres pitchers impact the Pirates going for another sweep? And I'm not answering your stupid fucking Pirates fan questions. If you have any questions about any actual games, I'm happy to bring it up, Footy, but not on that. And David, I agree. JD is looking fresh as hell today. There ain't no doubting that, brother. I'll go over my best bet too. I'll put the graphics on the screen so you guys can see here. You can take your phones, take your screenshots. I love that. Under in the Cubs, Phillies, we have Boyd, we have Wheeler, a new father in Wheeler coming back from the paternity list. I think he's going to have a big performance. I think Boyd's going to have another good performance as well, and we'll be able to cash that. I'm also on the Rays on my VIP card, so JD, it's not a best bet for me, but I'm also on that. And because we leave Monday best bets on the graphics every day, guess what, right, JD? Today is the day. It is right. So take your pictures out. It's not always right on the screen. And like we always say, guys, we appreciate every single one of you for tuning in. JD, question from Footy. Are you going hunting after this? I don't think he's asking me that in New York.
I say no. I'm actually gonna go fish. But this shirt is really not as bright as it's showing up on screen. It's actually not bright whatsoever. So
Little peel back of the curtain. When we first sat in here today, JD looked at me and says, "Is my shirt bright today?" So it's kind of funny that David put that in. Guys, it's been a fun show. David, we appreciate you. We hope you have a great day as well. JD, do the thing you do or we get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, guys, definitely appreciate everybody being here. We're up to almost 900 people live, and for our first link not even working and StreamYard being all messed up, definitely appreciate all of y'all being in here.
100%.
Yeah, we will see y'all back here again tomorrow at noon. Yeah, let's everybody have a night. Let's fucking win.
Let's fucking win. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Same time, same place. Peace.